Welcome to Optimal Timelines. My name is Sean, and this is going to be your February 2025 tarot readings for your North Node by sign and house for the second half of February. Now, if you're new to my channel, the reason I use the North Node in tarot readings as opposed to your Sun, Moon, or Ascendant sign is that it's recognized in astrology. Your North Node's your North Star. It's what you're here to learn, accomplish, and master in this lifetime. So it's much more relevant to your everyday life and much more accurate in tarot readings as opposed to your Sun, Moon, or Ascendant sign. So remember, you are going to want to watch two readings. You're going to want to watch one for your North Node by sign and one for your North Node by house. With that, I'm going to connect to the energies and we can begin. I call upon my spirit guides, guardians, and the wisdom of my ancestors to bring forth the information that's true and correct for all who see and hear this reading, that it may bring them the most beautiful, happy life possible and set them on their most optimal future timeline. So may it be. Okay, North Node in Aries and or the first house. Okay, very interesting. The theme card that popped out for you is the reversed Seven of Pentacles. Now, Seven of Pentacles is an interesting card. It means, waiting for things to grow. Of course, Pentacles can mean things of value, money, things of that sort, possessions. But it also is a card of, patience, right? Or lack thereof. Now, this is reversed for you. And when I saw it, I immediately, knew what this was saying. It really came strongly to me that the second half of February for each of you, there are certain areas or an area of your life where you're actually being too patient. There is such a thing as being too patient. And that is coming from your Libra South Node and or your seventh house South Node, where you don't want to rock the boat, you don't want to offend anybody, or there's something. And we're going to get into how this is exactly playing out. But I feel that there's an area or areas that are going to be brought to your attention that need to be, there's a time when we shouldn't be patient with, certain situations and people in our life. Patience only goes so far. Let's look at your timeline and we'll get some more clarity here. So you've got the Strength card upright. You've got the Magician card reversed, and you've got the Two of Pentacles reversed. So what I'm seeing here is, we'll start with the Magician reversed, okay? This card, in this case, and in a lot of times the Magician reversed, is somebody maybe taking advantage of another. It could be through, manipulation of some sort, or, it could be like playing the heartstrings, because it's hard for me to just say manipulation, because if I throw out words like that, sometimes people don't get it. Like, so for example, if we'll take the example of, let's say that there's a parent that is really kind of not giving their children or a child the direction they need. The child can learn how to manipulate the parent, okay? And that could be like crying, throwing a fit. And, if they're older, there's different ways of it. So if I just throw out manipulation, people might not understand that they're thinking, well, there's no one manipulating me. But there's a situation in your life, or situations for some of you, that where you're being overly nice and overly patient. And I think when you hear and see this reading, it's going to start to come to your mind, where this could be from anybody. It could be in your a family, a personal relationship, a work relationship. You're being too patient. And with the Strength card reversed, this is interesting, because it's your natural inclination is to be caring and kind for most of you that have this Libra South Node. You try to get along, you try to not rock the boat, okay? And so you're used to giving care this card is also meaning that what wants to happen is it's time for you to also put yourself first. Okay, it's time for you to give care to yourself. You know, they say like charity begins at home. Well, all of our first home is our own selves, right? But always remember with this North Node, and I always say this, if you have an Aries North Node or a North Node in the first house, this is a lifetime for you to stand out, to move forward, to put yourself first. And it is a lifetime to be actually selfish. And there's another word like manipulation, right? That is a very charged word. Being selfish is not a bad word, okay? There's a time, that means there's a time to, you know, make yourself strong, your needs strong. And there's a reason for that. Like when you go on a plane, they will tell you if the inside of the plane like loses, you know, compression or whatever, they say don't put the mask on your child first, put the mask on yourself, okay? That is not being selfish, because you need to take care of yourself so you can be strong for others around you, right? So that's what this is saying. Is this is saying like, not only do you need to, are you giving too much leeway and care and being overly patient with somebody, but also it's time for you to kind of put some of your needs forward. Now, with this Two of Pentacles reversed, there's a couple of meanings here. Yes, it's a card of being out of balance in some way. And so this is about balancing you out in some way, okay? It doesn't mean you have to leave your wonderful Libra South Node, qualities, okay? Or your seventh house qualities of being, you know, the peacemaker and all of those beautiful things that come with that. But there is an imbalance here, and that's what needs to happen. Now, there could be for a lot of you, because we've got Pentacles here and Pentacles here, there could be an element of like money involved, okay? That for some of you, money, property, you know, things of value, okay? But there is things of value regardless if there's money involved, because it has to do with like your time and energy, which is some of the most valuable things that we have, right? So this is all about balancing this out. Now let's look at your advice card. So you've got the Eight of Cups reversed, okay? And you've got the King of Swords upright. The Eight of Cups reversed is saying you don't necessarily need to, for a lot of you, cut this situation or person or people out of your life, okay? Because it's reversed. It's saying like, you know, this is like, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, okay? You don't need to do that. But you do need to recognize you need to make some changes. And when we make changes, like when we assert ourselves in life sometimes, like where we put our foot down, let's say that there's a boss or supervisor that takes advantage of our good nature and our hard work, and they keep pushing us, they keep taking more time from us, and, oh, can you come in on the weekend or whatever it is. When we start to set boundaries, because that's a big part of this lifetime for you, when we begin to set boundaries, people aren't going to like it, okay? And so it doesn't mean that you have to cut them out, but you definitely have to like kind of set boundaries in this situation. And it's walking this fine line, because there's times when, you know, you have to set boundaries, and so you're going to have to work with this, and it could be uncomfortable. So your other advice card is, this is what you have to embody, which is this King of Swords, okay? This is an energy that you need to embody, which you need to stand strong. You need to be mentally and emotionally strong, and actually keep emotions out of it, okay? Just look at it like matter-of-factly, like, here are the facts. I've been doing this for you for a number of years, or whatever it is, or I've let you get away with this for a number of years, or whatever it is, okay? And so you're taking emotions out of it, and that's what this is saying. Don't look at this like you are just making this decision in a very kind of calm, measured way, but in a strong way, okay, when you set boundaries. And that's one of the things that you're learning. When we have an Aries Libra balancing going on, whether it be balancing Libra or Aries. It's about taking the right amount of energy and action in a situation. I always talk about with like, we have like the Aries South Node where you don't want to, swat a fly with a machine gun. You're not going to bring that into it. Okay, so like you got to bring the right tool to the situation. Okay, my apologies to flies, but anyway, that's what you want to do here is you want to make sure that you keep emotions out of it, that this is just like is something you need to do, and it's just very kind of done calmly but strongly. So yeah, I think the second half of February, you're going to see that this is going to be a situation where there's an area or areas of your life that need balancing in this. And where is it that you're being too patient? Where is it that you need to start putting your needs kind of first? And as you do that, you're going to be rewarded from the universe, because the universe is all about seeking balance, right? Within nature and within ourselves also. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and hope this reading was valuable to you. If you'd like a personal tarot reading based on your astrological chart, there's going to be a link to my website in the description box below. With that, I'll say thank you. We'll see you on some more readings. Many blessings. Okay, North Node in Taurus and or the second house. Okay, interesting. The theme card that popped out for you is the Eight of Wands. And the Eight of Wands is a card of rapid movement, rapid movement forward, moving quickly on something. And I think the second half of February, you're being asked to like move quickly into something. And based on what I'm seeing here, it has to do with, work, career, or something that you want to do in that regard. In something you're doing creatively, even if it's not work, there's some creative project or something that you're being asked to kind of work on, or you've been thinking about, or kind of dreaming about, but you're being asked to move forward on that. This is a good time to do this for you if you have a North Node in Taurus and or the second house. Let's look at your timeline cards. We'll get some more clarity here. So you've got the King of Cups reversed. You've got the Knight of Pentacles upright, and you've got the Three of Pentacles upright. So starting with the King of Cups, that there is something that is happening like emotionally around you, okay? And I think that this is referring to an actual like kind of person in your life. They could be male or female or any gender or sex, okay? Emotionally, it's like I feel like there's a situation that has been holding you back in some way, okay, and you're being asked to like move away from it. It's a situation that it's almost like the feeling of like kind of being dragged into a situation, or with another person. Now this could be multiple people, it could represent that, but it's a person that is, there's a lot of emotions involved, okay, with this king of Cups here reversed, and there's a lot of emotions that are like challenging, okay, but the situation has been it maybe has been keeping you stuck, okay, with the feeling of feeling stuck. And I think that this is a really good time. You're being asked, and it's an indication of you now. It's time to get unstuck. It's time to move forward into something that you want to do. Now that stuck energy is shown here with the Knight of Pentacles here, because all of the Knights are cards of movement, but the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest of all the Knights, okay? And this is representing you, because the Knight of this is regarding, all of the earth signs, including Taurus, right? You have what it takes. You have whatever this is, whether you realize it or not, you have a foundation in order to make movements on this, okay? This is about moving forward very steadily, okay? You're on solid ground type of a thing, okay? Moving forward. And it's also about just taking movement forward. Like, even though this is showing fast movement forward, what this is really saying is it doesn't mean acting fast. It means making the decision to act. That's what needs to be fast. And then the movement forward will be steady and measured type of a thing. So that's what this is saying with these two cards. As I said, it's like, okay, it's time to act, boom, but you don't have to rush through things, okay? That you have to do it in a stable, like measured way. And what you're being asked to move toward is, as I said, with this Three of Pentacles, this could be, somebody that, you've been thinking about furthering your education. You've been thinking about starting a business. You've been thinking about, a new career or a new job or a creative project. Even if you don't have a career, there's something that, what is it you're doing every day? Do you need to make changes? It even could be like you've been thinking about, just moving forward on any idea that you might have that is creative in nature, okay? This is what you need to start moving forward. And I feel like the second half of February, you're going to be able to do that. And there's, as I said, you've been unable to do that because being held back by some situation in your life, or feeling like you couldn't act, or like there was some emotional ties that you didn't feel like you were being allowed to kind of take action and move forward. But I'm getting a clear indication that it's time for you to do that. Now, your two advice cards are interesting. You've got the Eight of Swords reversed, and you've got the Two of Swords upright. What needs to happen here is, this is why I said that this was keeping you stuck, because this is like, the Eight of Swords is like a mental prison of our own making, that we can let ourselves out at any time. And that's what this card indicates. It means that you are only stuck because you're allowing yourself to get stuck by this situation that we talked about, this emotional situation. And I think that you're going to start to realize that you are the one that has to walk out and, and release yourself. Because, if you look at the card here, the woman in this card is not completely encircled by swords, and her, binding on her eyes and her hands are very loose. She can get out of this anytime. It's up to her to kind of get out of it. And when this is reversed, this is saying it's time, okay? It's time to take action and walk toward what you want, okay? And I think a lot of you are going to start feeling that. You're going to start feeling like, I need to start like doing things that are for my future, okay? Now, the Two of Swords here is saying that in order to do this, one of the advice things is, and I'm getting this for a lot of the North nodes this month, is to actually do this from a place of non-emotion, okay? There are times like, there's nothing wrong with emotions. I mean, they're a beautiful thing, a beautiful part of life. But just like everything else, there is a good side and a bad side. There's a light side and a dark side to everything. And the same thing with emotions. There's times in our life when we have to kind of take action in a more non-emotional way. And that's what this is saying. It's saying that whatever this situation is that has been keeping you stuck in some way, or feeling like you're stuck, you have to approach it from just with your mind and from a non-emotion, emotional standpoint. When you do that, it'll be more clear to you what you need to do. And it's also going to help you in moving forward in whatever this is, okay? But yeah, this is a very positive thing, take advantage of this, because the universe is really telling you that you will get help by doing this. This is a very Taurus thing to do, or second house thing to do, which is, forge ahead, horns going forward, and, take charge of the situation. And you're going to see that you're going to get a lot of benefit from that. Anyway, I hope this reading was helpful to you and you found some value in it. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like a personal tarot reading based on your astrological chart, there's going to be a link to my website in the description box below. With that, I'll say thank you. We will see you on some more readings. Many blessings. Okay, North Node in Gemini and or the third house. Okay, the theme card that popped out for you is the reversed sun. Now, the reverse sun, the sun is one of those cards that when it's reversed, it's also positive, but it's much like the sun being covered up by clouds on a, sunny day, but then the clouds, cover the sun. The sun is still there. It's just that there's a cloud cover. So once the clouds move away, the sun is definitely there. There's something where I feel like there's burdens that a lot of you that are, seeing this reading or hearing this reading regarding like money and finances or property or things of value, and you're a lot of you could feel like maybe not as optimistic as you should. And I think that there is something to where there is a way out of this. Okay, there's a way out of it, but there could be this feeling of regarding things of value, money, finances, property, all of those things that the pentacles talk about, because I'm looking at the reading here, and you're carrying some burdens regarding this. But as I said, there is a way out, and we're going to talk about it now. Let's look at your timeline card. So you've got the Page of Pentacles upright. You've got the Hierophant upright, and you've got the Death card reversed. Now, I'll start with the Death card. Okay, so as I always say in my channel, all of the so-called scary cards like the Devil, Death, the Tower, they're nothing to be afraid of. They're just talking about energies. In the case of Death, it's about transformation. It's about something needs to change in order to transform into something else. In order to something new to come, something has to die in order for something new to come. And regarding finances, I think that there's a way of thinking about this. Like, I think that we're regarding whatever this is in your life, regarding money, finances, the future of your money, it could be career, salary, and all of that. What's happening is, what wants to change, and what is happening is, you are stuck in one way of seeing it or thinking about it. And that's what this Hierophant, this is about tradition, about doing the same things we've always done. And it's like stuck patterns. Okay. There's regarding the situation, there's a new way to look at it, or actually multiple ways. And you're being asked to kind of look at things from a different perspective if you can. A lot of times, this still happens to me where I form an opinion about something, a situation or whatever in my life, and someone will point something out to me, and I will be like, wow, like I've never like really looked at it that way. Because we all do that. We all get stuck in kind of like we see things in a certain way. And I feel like regarding this situation, whatever this is for you regarding money, finances, or the future of that, you need to look at it in a new way than that you haven't been doing. Okay, that's the transformation that wants to happen. And the reason I say that too is you have the Page of Pentacles. Okay, the pages are about communication, and this is also about information. Okay, so there's something in your life, if you are kind of dealing with anything that has to do with things of value and you are being burdened by that, what wants to happen is you have to figure out why. And you may need to look at it from different angles. You may need to get information from different sources, okay? You may need to talk to different people. Okay, that's what everything your North Node is about in Gemini. It's about multiple ways of seeing things, okay? That's third house Gemini right there, okay? And you're coming from that South Node in Sagittarius, or the ninth house, which is like that traditional one pathway, okay? So now you're looking at multiple pathways. And the reason that this is happening is because this is really about being agile of mind, being flexible, okay? These are all words that have to do with your North Node. Being flexible and agile and seeing things from multiple angles, getting information from multiple angles, okay, and seeing things kind of differently regarding money, finances, and things of value. Now your advice cards are interesting. You've got the Four of Pentacles upright, and you've got the Ten of Wands upright. So the Ten of Wands, okay, this is where I'm saying that a lot of you are carrying burdens regarding this, okay. And there is a way out of it, but like I said, you're carrying these burdens. The way that you want to approach this first and foremost is, I'm getting a clear indication. It's like to really, whatever this is talking about in your life, regarding money and finances, to start taking care of it. Like there could be something where there is resources that are maybe being like misused. There's resources that are leaking out somewhere. For example, sometimes people say, like they'll look at all of the streaming things that they have, like the monthly bills, like cable, or the various streaming bills that we all have, or phone plans or whatever, and they'll look at it and they'll say like, do I really like need this, and so then you start to look at that and you start to make changes. Again, you're looking at it from multiple different angles, okay. That's just like kind of one example, and it's about kind of streamlining and taking care of the resources kind of around you. But really what this is, what this is for each of you, because this is a North Node reading, this is training you to be, as I said, flexible of mind, being resourceful in the way you deal with situations. And this just happens to be a situation regarding money and finances, right? So look at ways like, you need to like, call different car insurance companies and maybe get some different quotes, or whatever it is, that's what this is saying. But just start to take this. And the other thing that this Ten of Wands is saying is that one of the reasons why you maybe have not done it is because it is burdensome. It's not fun to sit there and, look at finances and ways to cut back and all of that. Okay. So that's another thing that's like an added burden, but that's a burden that you do want to shoulder. Just go in there and see, because what I'm getting for each of you is there is an answer. That's what this Death card reverse is saying, is that once you kind of look at it and you're using your mind and you're solving the puzzle, and that's another word for North Node in Gemini and or the third house, puzzles, okay? Once you solve this puzzle, and there is a way to solve it, there's a way forward, and you are going to come out the other side way better off, financially, and just, but that's what this is. This is training you to do that. And we all, even doesn't even matter if you have a North Node in Gemini and or the third house, because we all do this, okay? We all kind of get stuck in a way, and we need to like all of a sudden like, let me dive in. And once we dive into something and we start to try to solve it, we're like, wow, I should have done that a long time ago. And that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting from this, is it's definitely solvable, but it's going to take some effort into kind of getting in there and seeing what's in there, and what changes need to be made, okay? And when you do that, you're going to really feel at the other end of this, you're going to feel unburdened by all this. So anyway, I hope this reading was helpful to you and you found some value in it. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like a personal tarot reading based on your astrological chart, there's going to be a link to my website in the description box below. With that, I'll say thank you. We'll see you on some more videos. Many blessings. Okay, North Node in Cancer and or the fourth house. Okay, really interesting. So the theme card that popped out for you is the King of Cups. This is your card, okay? It doesn't, regardless whether you're male, female, or any gender, all of the court cards can be either male or female. But this is saying that, you are, this month, the second half of February, it's about you stepping into the highest version of yourself, okay? Because cups rule all of the water signs, including Cancer, okay? So the things that are going to take place the second half of February is you stepping into your uh, emotional power, okay? You stepping into, as I said, the highest version of yourself. Now, let's look at your timeline cards. We're going to see like what's happening here. Really interesting. We have some more court cards here. We've got the King of Swords and also the Queen of Swords, both upright. And then we also have the Three of Cups reversed. What is happening for you the second half of February here is that there is going to be this clash, and I feel like the King and Queen of Swords here is representing people and situations in your life. They could be, they don't necessarily, they could be together, but not necessarily. The reason that they both came up is because I think it's going to be multiple situations from multiple people. And there is a situation to where something is trying to challenge you in the sense that, kick you into your south node patterns of Capricorn, getting you out of your emotional state. Okay, there's something that is going to kind of, trigger you, that can trigger you in different situations, that puts you off being the best version of yourself. Okay, for you in this lifetime, it's all about putting the heart first, putting emotional intelligence first, as opposed to, cold, calculated, just knowledge type of a thing. And I feel like I said, this is a situation where, it could challenge you. Now, for each of you, it could be different. It could be in a love relationship. It could be, work. It could be family, friends, something to that effect. But this is a test for you. And the way you're going to solve this is you're going to solve it through your emotional intelligence. Even though that might be not quite second nature to you yet. But for some of you, it'll be easier than others, okay? But you're going to solve this situation by not going into your mind space, but staying in your heart space. So what is it that is going to happen here? Well, you look at the Three of Cups here, okay? This is about, yes, like emotional celebration, but this is working with people, okay? And the cups are intertwined. It means like emotionally working with people or working very closely. You could say that, for example, this could be this is upright, this could be a team of people at a work situation. They're working in unison together for a singular goal. This could be in a family or a friend group, okay? This could be in a relationship situation where the people are working toward, emotionally connected and working toward a common goal. That's why the cups are intertwined. You're emotionally blending with other people, okay? Like we do this all the time throughout our lives, as I said, in all those situations, work, personal relationships, etc. But this is reversed, and so there is going to be a challenging situation that's going to come up, and it could be, I feel like for some of you, it's going to become on multiple fronts in your life, not just maybe work or not just personal relationships, where it could be challenging to work with people, but you want to, this is where you could get triggered and you could revert back to, some of those Capricorn or 10th house kind of, south node ways, right? And so you want to stay emotionally present through this, but there is going to be some sort of a difficulty working in some sort of a group situation. And for each of you, it could be like, more than one, which I do think is going to be the case. I think there's going to be multiple times to do this, but all you have to do is approach it with an open heart. Keep your heart open, even no matter how difficult it is, because the triggering that could happen is it could get you out of your heart space. Now let's look at your advice cards. You've got the Star card reversed, and you've got the Four of Wands reversed. Okay, so the Star card is a great card to get, whether it's reversed or not. It's a card of karma. Okay, this is something to where if you can navigate this and be the best version of yourself through this. It's something that can really level you up. That's what this is saying. This is very karmic in nature. And so the reason it's reversed is it's a lot of you might not realize it, okay? But you have to realize the importance of this, the importance of staying emotionally present, staying emotionally open through this. And it does not mean weakness, because a lot of times what happens is when you see, signs like, Cancer as opposed to Capricorn on that polarity, or Aries compared to Libra, sometimes being emotionally forward and present can seem like weakness, especially to your South Node in Capricorn or the 10th house. But it's not weakness, and it's a strength, and that's what you have to realize. But this is very karmic in nature, and when you do this, this is like a big test where you can solve this problem. But I can guarantee you, you're going to feel like not really being emotionally open in this, but you have to kind of force yourself. Now, the Four of Wands reversed is also saying that, this isn't something that is going to be like pleasant, right? It's going to be something to where you're going to feel like you want to handle it one way, okay, or handle these situations, multiple situations in one way. And so it's going to feel like it's turning things on their head. And so it's not going to be something to like, celebrate, or it could seem like with this four of, this fours are about stability. It could be like, it could seem like the actions that you need to take, but not want to take, could like leave you off balance, in some way. But I'm here to tell you, trust me, go through this situation, stay emotionally present, and also, keep those emotions open. And you need to find a way to work through this and with this, okay? And the answer is within your own heart. You're going to find that answer. Once you get past the initial kind of tendency to want to go into protection mode, and all the guards come up, and then you're going to join the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords. Once you get past doing that and you don't do that, you're going to see that it's going to get like much easier. But this is definitely like a leveling up thing here. All I can tell you, because each of you is going to have a slightly different situation, just keep your emotional heart open. Take this situation, don't let it trigger you. And what your ultimate goal is to bring this card upright and work with people on a level. This is essentially training you to keep yourself open emotionally in order to be able to work with people in situations at your very best. Okay, so this is a skill building, second half of February for you. But I'm curious, in the comments, let me know how this plays out for each of you, because it's going to be very transformative. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you found value in this reading. If you'd like a personal tarot reading based on your astrological chart, there's going to be a link to my website in the description box below. With that, I'll say thank you. Many blessings. Okay, North Node in Leo and or the 5th house. Okay, interesting. So the theme card that popped out for you is the 10 of Cups reversed, okay? Now, this is a card of emotional fulfillment, or in this case, like lack thereof. A lot of you, I feel like what's going on right now is this card has a kind of a dual meaning. There could be a general feeling of like, maybe not feeling quite the optimism, about your like life situation. Okay, not feeling fulfilled emotionally. Also feeling like your normal kind of areas in life that would bring you fulfillment, like it would be like, friends, family, groups you belong to or whatever. It's just not giving you the fulfillment that you would normally have. So it's like kind of like feeling like a little bit lackluster on that, okay? And there's a reason for that. One of the things about, Leo North nodes and or the fifth house is it's like the energy of leaving the comfort zone of the tribe or the group, okay, and being able to be seen or forge out. It's a bold move out in front. It's the ability to move out from the crowd, to the protective. Think of like one of the ways I like to describe it is if you think back, hundreds of years ago, maybe even thousands of years ago, when people lived in like tight clans or communities, like villages, right? It was very dangerous to wander too far off from the tribe or the village, right? Because there were other villages that might not be as friendly. Okay, there were lots of dangers out there. Okay, we don't have that now, but that's the energy because Aquarius in your south node and the 11th house rules like groups and organizations. So even in modern times, it could feel like a person that has a Leo north node and or the fifth house could feel like, I'm protecting this group. I just want to be like tucked away in this family, in this business, and this organization. I just want to be in this group, right? And what you're being asked to do is kind of step forward, right? And the reason that if you've been feeling like it's not bringing you the emotional fulfillment is because it's getting you to move forward. Like when you think of a story of the person that grabs their belongings, their knapsack, and travels on an adventure outside of the village, right? What spurs them on is usually something to where there's something lacking within that village or tribe or whatever, or something's driving them out, right? And so that's all this is. If you've been feeling like this, all you're being asked to do is you're being asked to step out somewhere into your own power, into your life. Like always remember, and I always say this, if you have a Leo North Node and or the fifth house, in this lifetime, you're being rewarded to standing out there. It's like one of the North Nodes, they call it the fame North Node, okay? It doesn't mean that everyone that has this North Node is going to be famous. But what I'm saying is that you are being rewarded for standing out among the crowd. And most people that have a Leo North Node and or the fifth house don't like that. I don't want to be noticed. Okay, I want to be part of the tribe. Okay, so that's what this is saying. And if you've been feeling like a little bit down emotionally and like things aren't as fulfilling to you in your life, that's the reason why. Now we're going to get some more clarity. We're going to look at your timeline cards. We're going to look at the Ace of Pentacles first reversed. We're going to look at the Sun card reversed. And then you've got the Eight of Wands reversed. So what this is saying is that, these are multiple areas of your life. We're going to start with the Pentacles, right? One of the things that happens is that when we don't move in the direction of our soul path, okay, when we don't want to balance out our north and south node and we stay stuck in old patterns, it can have effects on us and our life in order to get us to move in a new direction. Much like I said with that analogy of the person that decides to leave the tribe and go out on a new adventure, they're being pushed in some way. There's a reason why they are going out. It's like the baby bird that gets kicked out of the nest. It's time to learn how to fly, type of a thing. Now, one of the areas of life with this Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, is you could be feeling it like financially, like part of you, you would like to have more resources. You'd like to, and you want that, but maybe they aren't as plentiful as you would like. Okay, that could be a driving factor where someone says, I'm gonna, take action because there's this, situation that I'm afraid to step into, but at the same time there's a need there. So if you're feeling something like a lack thereof regarding like, money, finances, or, things of value or whatever, if you would like more resources type of a thing. This is could be one driving factor that could get you to move and step into your power. So the other thing here with the sun reversed is the sun is also a positive card reversed, but it's just being clouded. One of the things that you're being asked to do is it's difficult to move out into the world when a lot of times there could be this lack of kind of confidence in doing that. And, there's things that you would like to do and want to do, but you don't feel ready or confident. I can tell you, okay, this is your card. Okay, this is the sun card. The sun rules Leo. The sun rules the 5th house. Whether you know it or not, you have what it takes to do something very special in the world. Even on a small scale. It could be like, it doesn't mean, like I said, it doesn't have to be like multi-millionaire or famous or whatever. It could be like, you just have the idea that you want to, you are an excellent parent and want to start your own daycare. Okay. And whatever you decide to do, you can be successful by stepping out of comfort zones. Okay. And that's what this sun is saying. They're saying that you don't realize the amount of talent that you have in you. A lot of you don't realize what you have in you. Everybody that has this North Node, 5th house and or Leo, has valuable things inside them to offer the world. Many times they don't know it. It's up to you. You have to start figuring it out and taking actions on that, right? Now, with this 8 of Wands reversed, okay, this is about movement forward, right? But it's reversed. It's saying that it's time. Part of this, this whole situation, everything in your life is going to improve when you start to move forward and take action in something, okay? In whatever it is you personally like need to do. And it could be a small thing of just like maybe going for that new job or going for that promotion, whatever it is. Taking action to set yourself out of comfort zones. Anything that involves is going to set you on a better timeline, okay? And so it is time to take action. Now, your 2 advice cards are, you've got the 8 of Swords reversed and you've got the 10 of Wands, okay? The reason for the burdens, some of the burdens that you may be feeling, is it is in your own mind. Okay, that the 8 of Swords is something to where it is a constriction or prison of our own making. It's in our mind. And the only way to do this is something that you have to, no one can release you from this except for you. You have to release yourself. You have to just, it's like, as I said, I'll go back to that analogy. It's like you have to be the one to grab your belongings, your knapsack, and walk out of the village or tribe into the great big world. Okay, you have to do it. They're not going to like carry you out. You have to do it. And that's what this is saying. It's like you have the power to do it. And you have to realize that you have what it takes to do whatever you want to do. You just have to figure that out. And what you have to do doesn't require you to be tucked away in families, in groups, in organizations, in the back of some, what you need to do is requiring you to step out of that tribe, right? And until you do that, it's going to feel burdensome, right? Now, the things that we feel in our life, like, look, this is a very positive reading, okay? Because it's like anything in life. When we, as humans, what we look at when we see like pain and discomfort, we look at it as a negative. But like if you take our body as an example, when we feel pain about something, like if we are putting our hand on a hot surface, we're feeling pain. We're like, oh, okay, it doesn't feel good, right? We're obviously, and we get mad or whatever it is. But that is just, pain and discomfort is just a signal to our body as a heads up. That's all it is. It's like, take your hand off that stove. Don't touch that knife on the edge. It's giving you a heads up, because if we didn't feel pain, it's like, oh, I don't feel nothing. Where's my finger? You know what I mean? It's like, so that's all it is. Pain and discomfort is there as just a message, a messenger, right? The same thing when we're feeling emotional discomfort. It's a messenger to get us to move out of areas that we're stuck in. Okay, that's all it is. It's not a punishment. It's just getting us to make moves. Okay, outward. But all I can tell you is this, and I hope you believe me. If you have a Leo North Node and or the 5th house, you have seeds in you that are very valuable. And a lot of you don't realize it, okay? But you have to start cultivating it. You have to start looking inward and start making those necessary moves forward. This lifetime is a lifetime for you to move out into the forefront. And when you do that, it's going to be a game changer. Everything in your life changes, okay? Relationships get better, health gets better, money gets better. Everything gets better when you start to embrace your soul path through your North Node. Anyway, I hope this reading was helpful to you and you found some value in it. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like a personal tarot reading based on your astrological chart, there's going to be a link to my website in the description box below. With that, I'll say thank you. We'll see you on some more videos. Many blessings. Okay, North Node in Virgo and or the 6th house. Okay, interesting. The theme card that popped out for you is the 6 of Swords upright. And when I saw this card, I really instantly knew what it means for you, North Nodes in Virgo in the 6th house. Mentally and emotionally, you are moving, you're gradually, all of you, moving away from things that are troubling you mentally and emotionally. Okay, you're moving away from something, and you're given the opportunity this second half of February to move away from a troubling situation or situations in your life. And when you do that, I feel like this is part of your transformation, that you're like of stepping into your highest power and the best version of yourself. I feel like you're moving in a better direction, but it's again stepping away from mentally and emotionally from things that have been like troubling you. Let's look at your timeline cards. We'll get some more clarity. So you've got the Lovers card upright, you've got the 9 of Wands reversed, and you've got the Death card. Now, I'll talk about the Death card first. So as I always say on my channel, the so-called scary cards in the tarot are nothing to be afraid of, okay? Death, the devil, the tower, okay? They're not, this doesn't mean literal death, okay? They're cards that are just energies. This is about transformation. And this is actually a good card in this reading because a lot of you are in the process of really transforming. You're changing things in your life, particularly in relationships. Okay. Now the Lovers card, yes, it can mean romantic relationships, significant others, but it's also relationships in our life that can be, close relationships, family, friends, even like work relationships. Okay. All relationships. But for a lot of you, it is going to be regarding, like love relationships or very close ties. And what you're transforming is, in the past, I feel like with this 9 of Wands reversed, this is about learning from our past experiences, because when we make a mistake in life, or whether we make a positive move in life, we learn from it. We're like, oh, I did that. That worked out good. I'm going to do more of that. Or I've done this in the past many times. I'm learning not to do that, so I'm not going to do that again, So this is about learning. But one of the things that has happened is in the past, a lot of you haven't learned from your past experiences, but I feel like you are doing that now. You are like learning, and you are transforming that. You've done this so many times where that's why you're moving away from these troubles, is because you're beginning to learn from these past experiences, particularly regarding relationships, in how to work through them and work with them. So in February here, that's what this is all about. This is about transforming your relationship to not only yourself, but your relationship to other people, okay, in your life. And you're learning what to do and what not to do. So this is a very positive thing. you're going to start seeing that gradually, that you're going to feel more comfort, more at ease as you move away from those like troubled waters, okay? Now, your advice cards are interesting. You've got the Page of Swords upright, and you've got the Seven of Pentacles. So the Page of Swords is saying that sometimes when we move away from something, what happens a lot of times is like someone makes a change and they start moving in a different direction. And they're going in a different direction because they're moving away from a situation. But a lot of times is they don't know what they want to do on the other side. Okay. So what this is saying is, as you're moving forward this second half of February, as you're moving forward mentally and emotionally, where is it that you want to go? Because sometimes what we could do is we start moving away, but we are moving with our looking at the old situation as we're moving away. We're not seeing where we're going. And so that's what this is saying that it's time to pay attention to where it is you want to go. Be vigilant. This is a card of vigilance. It's like seeing things around you correctly, and look forward into where it is you want to go. And tying into that is this this Seven of Pentacles, which is, what is it you want to cultivate in your life? Like as you're moving away, you have to add something else in there. Where is it you want to go? What is it you want to cultivate now that you don't have this in your life? Okay, so it's about adding, something to look forward to, adding something that you want to work towards, something you want to cultivate and grow. And I think you're going to realize it. I think that you are starting to realize these new directions. This is all part of this transformation. But yeah, a very positive month for you, Virgo North nodes and or sixth house North nodes. Just make sure you're looking toward the future. You're not paying overly too much attention on the old situations as you're moving forward. Look ahead, see what it is you want to cultivate, and there's going to be an answer. And that's why this vigilance card came up, is because pay attention, because something this month at the end of February is going to come to you and occur to you to give you this new direction. Anyway, I hope this reading was helpful to you and you found some value in it. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like a personal tarot reading based on your astrological chart, there's going to be a link to my website in the description box below. With that, I'll say thank you. We'll see you on some more videos. Many blessings. Okay, North Node in Libra and or the 7th house. Okay, so the theme card that popped out for you is the Three of Wands reversed. And this is a card of perspective. And what I'm feeling like for you North Nodes in Libra and or the 7th house is that for the second half of February, what the universe wants you to do is it wants you to look what's going on right now with you and in your life, and not look too far ahead, into the future. There could be this feeling like you don't like where you're at in a certain situation or situations, and so you're pushing ahead. It's that Aries South Node, first house South Node of like pressing forward. One of the things you can see with a South Node in Aries or the first house is missing details, because always trying to push forward. Okay, so there could be things that are missed. Now let's look at the timeline. We'll get some more details about what you need to focus on. So you've got on your timeline, you've got the Seven of Wands reversed. You've got the Eight of Swords upright, and you've got the King of Pentacles reversed. Now, we'll start with the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is going along with one of your advice cards, which we're going to get to in a minute, which is the Ace of Pentacles. And I feel like one of the things that you could be focusing on right now, which is very understandable, I'm seeing this for a lot of the North Nodes, is things that have to do with money, finances, investments, the future of money, finances, things of that sort. And it could have you feeling like there's changes that need to be made, and could be like a little impatience. What the overall feeling could be for you is found in these two cards here. You've got the Seven of Wands reversed, as I said, and the Eight of Swords. So this is like feeling, constricted in some way, like you want to get out of a situation or improve a situation. And it could have you feeling also like, kind of like you're not on top of it, or you feel like maybe regarding like finances, money in the future of that, you're not feeling quite on top of that. One of the things that you're being asked to do regarding this is, in order to solve that, and there is a way out, is you're being asked to not press ahead, but look toward the present right now. So analyze what's going on right now regarding, money, finances, things of that nature, anything of value, okay, property, anything. For each of you, it's going to be slightly different, but anything of value, including relationships, and including, also, your time, anything, your health, anything. But I think for a lot of you, it's more tangible things, right? Your advice cards will kind of give the clue to this. So you've got the King of Cups reversed, and you've got the Ace of Pentacles upright. We'll start with the Ace of Pentacles. One of the things that you can do is look and analyze and not miss the clues that are around you right now regarding money, finances, things of value. Meaning that, what can you do right now that can help the situation? Is it maybe, readjusting some things regarding that? Is it maybe, making some other adjustments regarding where it is, money and finances, where they're going? Like, look at it like right now. The answer, what I'm saying is, isn't going to be found in the future. It's kind of in the here and now. But the Ace of Pentacles is saying, like, take a look at what's going on right now. Maybe there's things like, like you can, look at different insurance policies, and that maybe you can get a different quote. Where can you like make a difference right now? Maybe it's not, well, in the future, I need to get more money in order to solve this. Maybe there's things you can do in the here and now. And with this, this King of Cups, which is interesting, is it's saying take the emotional element out of it when you know regarding this. Just be more like kind of matter of fact, because I feel like with this King of Cups, it could have this effect where it's causing emotions to come up, and this is a place where you don't need emotions in this. It's more like, just let me look at this. Where can I make a difference right now in the here and now type of a thing? So take that emotional charge out of it. And this is really important because, remember, ultimately your North Node is an air sign, ruled by swords, the element of air, and it's about the intellect and about, thinking. And so that's the way this is going to get solved. But sometimes we look too far into the future in order to solve problems, when the answer could be very close by type of a thing. But yeah, just keep looking at what it's happening around you. Where can you make a difference right now? Because you will find the answer to that. And I think ultimately this is just a test of making sure that you don't allow powerful emotions to come up in various areas of your life. It's like a training, right? And you can solve this problem by, as I said, focusing in on the here and now. Anyway, I hope this reading was helpful to you and you found some value in it. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like a personal tarot reading based on your astrological chart, there's going to be a link to my website in the description box below. With that, I'll say thank you. We'll see you on some more videos. Many blessings. Okay, North Node in Scorpio and or the 8th house. Okay, so the theme card that popped out for you is the Tower card. Now, the Tower card's nothing to fear, but it's like it can be like a wake-up call sometimes, a little bit of a jolt to the system, in order to get us in, on a new direction. And so it's a positive card, and even in this reading, it is very positive because it is getting you. There's something that the second half of February is going to be kind of a wake up call in order to improve your life. Like I'm seeing life improvement and life path improvement regarding this. And sometimes we kind of need that as this adjustment happens. We need that kind of wake up call. Now let's look at the timeline card. So you've got the Seven of Pentacles upright. You've got the High Priestess reversed, and you've got the Hanged Man reversed. We'll start with the High Priestess. Okay, this is a card of your North Node. Okay, the High Priestess is about a lot of things like intuition. It's a card of personal power. It's a card of tapping into uh, things that are within you, things that would, if you look at, yin yang, it's the yin energy. It's the power of the subconscious. Everything that has to do with Scorpio in the 8th house. And what is happening here, the second half, whatever this little kind of adjustment is, this little jolt, is getting you to go more into self-empowerment. Okay, so that ultimately it is positive. That's what this is all about. Now, what it's going to have to do with is it's a perspective shift for you regarding I think something that is going on in your life. It could be money and finances for some of you. It could be other things of value, meaning like relationships. It could be our time, what we're giving out to people, what we're receiving, that type of thing, anything of value. But as I said, for some of you, it could be like money, finances, investments, property, okay, things of that nature. And what you're going to be asked to do is you're going to be asked to look at, when this jolt happens, look at it in a different perspective. And that's what the Hangman is. The Hangman is a perspective shift. And when it's reversed, it's just like this reversed, a High Priestess. It's getting you to build build skills within you that can help you moving forward. Okay. And it's seeing things where, I guess the difference between when we look at yin energy, like in the yin yang, okay, energy, we're looking at the art of being and the art of doing. So doing would be a very kind of coming from a, masculine, I must do something. It's very kind of solar sun energy. Whereas the yin energy is more yin, moon. It's more receiving. It's more receptive. It's more just the art of being. And that's why the Hangman here is, tied up. He's got his hands behind his back. He's upside down. He's got his legs tied. But you see that there is this illumination around the head because he's not doing something in order to learn something, but he's just being and getting a different perspective in order to learn something. And so again, we have this card of patience. Now, as I said, this could be something to do with anything of value, relationships for some of you. It's going to be your time. It could be other things of value that are more tangible, like, as I said, money and finances or property, okay? But you're supposed to get a different perspective on it, and you're supposed to develop patience. So you're going to solve whatever this is, whatever this shakeup is. You're going to want, your initial reaction is going to be with the Taurus energy, your Taurus South Node or the second house South Node. Is like, what do I need to do? I got to grab the bull by the horns. I have to do something. Whereas what you have to do is actually perceive things in a different way. Like that's where the answer is going to be found. And so it's kind of a strange thing because it's a weird thing when we're used to, the world definitely is more of a, has more of a yang masculine energy. You know what I mean? That's what we're always rewarded for. Do, achieve, that's kind of overall how the world works. But what we're learning is slowly the world's changing. We're learning that there's a lot of power in the art of being, because when we pause and we can understand something, we tap into this high priestess, using our intuition, using our inner knowing, we can find out answers as opposed to always having to seek, but we can go within to find answers. And that's really what this is saying. And you will find the answers. So what the thing you have to do is, when this little kind of speed bump happens and this little wake up call, go within, take some deep breaths, be patient with yourself and the situation, find out what your inner self is saying, because whether you know it or not, you have a lot of deep intuition that you can tap into. And that's what it's saying in this lifetime. Now, your two advice cards are, you've got the Six of Wands reversed, and you've got the Four of Cups upright. So when this happens, this little like speed bump, or this little kind of shock to the system, it's going to feel like you need to do something. And if you don't do something, you're not going to win. You're not going to accomplish whatever you need to accomplish. That's going to be the feeling. And so that's the temptation is, okay, what do I have to do? I have to attack this situation. I have to solve it by doing something, right? But it's because it's going to feel like if you don't do that, you're not going to win, okay? And over here, the other feeling that is you're being told that is going to come out is that it's what you're not seeing something that's in the picture, because you see the the Four of Cups here. This person is sitting under the tree, perplexed at these three cups, but not understanding that the universe is trying to show them something else, but they can't see it because they're so focused on doing or solving a problem, right? And that's what this is saying. This could be, you could say this is their inner knowing. Cups are about intuition, right? You could say that this is their inner knowing, something that is there. So that's the positive thing in this reading, is that there is an answer, but the answer isn't going to come from the energy of, solar masculine yang energy. It's going to come from within. And it doesn't matter if you're watching this, whatever gender or sex you are, it's the same thing. We all have a combination of these energies within us. But one of the things that you're developing in this lifetime is you're developing more of this Scorpio 8th house energy, okay? So yeah, this is a skill building thing. And trust me, you will find the answer if you're patient and you look within. And it'll come to you, and it's going to happen the second half of February, right? Anyway, I hope this reading was helpful to you and you found some value in it. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like a personal tarot reading based on your astrological chart, there's going to be a link to my website in the description box below. With that, I'll say thank you. We'll see you on some more videos. Many blessings. Okay, North Node in Sagittarius and or the 9th house. Okay, interesting. So the theme card that popped out for you is the Ace of Wands reversed. And when I saw this card, it was telling me two things. It was energy, both physical, emotional, and mental energy, and also inspiration. And I think that some of you, there's something that's going on right now regarding like just kind of feeling like maybe a lack of inspiration in your life, and maybe like the physical energy is down, emotional energy is just down a bit, mental energy, your energy levels might feel a little bit down. And I know why that's happening, okay? And it's totally solvable. But you could be feeling like that. But also, as I said, inspiration, like, that pizzazz of like, getting up in the morning and looking forward to the day, or looking forward to the future because you're inspired about doing something, even if you have different mundane tasks you have to do, or a job. Maybe you have an idea for something you want to do in the future, but it could be lacking like that inspiration. And when I saw this, I got this in my mind. Sometimes when I see a card, I'll get like a little mental movie that will play. And I was shown the idea of a a dam, okay, like a hydroelectric dam. So one of the things that can happen, and this is relating to um, your Gemini South Node or your South Node in the third house. One of the gifts you have is most people that have a Gemini South Node or third house South Node have lots of interests in different things. In fact, it can be hard sometimes to decide on a path because it's like, it could be a thing of like wanting to get knowledge in all these different places, wanting to go in a lot of different directions. Okay. Lots of, lots of things on your plate, lots of plates that are spinning. It's because you have a natural curiosity of things. And there's always like seeking, what else can I learn? What else can I learn? So there's this, ongoing accumulation of knowledge type of a thing. Never kind of maybe feeling ready, like you're ready to do one thing. Now, the reason that relates to the dam is because when we do that, when we have our focus on too many things, it dilutes things in our life. Like there's too many, there's only so many, hours in a day. There's only so many, days in a year. There's only so many things that we can do. Okay. So sometimes we have to just like pick and focus, which I know can be very hard, right? But the way it's related to the dam is, how is electricity generated through a dam? Well, the water is built up and it's blocked and it's forced through a very small opening. That the huge amount of water is forced through that opening, which creates a lot of power. But see, you could say that that opening is like focus, and that's what creates the energy. If you don't have the dam and you open it up, it's just like, okay, it's unfocused. It's just everywhere. Yes, and once that all settles, like a normal river doesn't have the same focus and power as a hydroelectric, dam does, right? Because it's that opening. And so what that is what this is saying and relating to your life is, it's time to focus in on certain things. Like it's time to say, okay, you need to pick that. And this is interesting because this came up this week, actually for a client where a similar kind of energy came up, where how do you learn how to focus? If I have all these interests, I don't know how to pick, I'll tell you how to do it. It's your own inner intuition. No one is going to tell you. You have to feel it, and not know it. So your mind is not going to be able to pick this direction. And it's all in this reading right here. So let's look at your timeline. We'll get the kind of more detail about that. So you've got the 7 of Pentacles upright. You've got the 10 of Cups reversed. And you've got the King of Swords reversed. So the 7 of Pentacles, this is about like having lots of interest. Like you have the patience to focus on many different things. You can dabble in this, you can dabble in that. That's what this is saying. But it's not really focused. It's not like being focused in on the same 1 or 2 things, but it's like multiple things. Now, the way this can play out is, this is what I was saying with right now with this lack of energy. It could feel like you don't have the emotional fulfillment right now that you would like to have. But the 10 of Cups is interesting because it's not a negative card reversed. It's something that is indicating that you have the answer very close by. It's not like it's this problem that's so unsolvable, it's way off in the future. It's not going to be that hard if you make some adjustments in order to have this feeling of this emotional fulfillment right now. Now, here's the other key, is getting with this King of Swords reversed. This is talking about your Gemini South Node or your third house South Node, where your mind is not your best friend sometimes, okay? Because you're trying to pick and choose in every day of your life in doing things through your mind. What's not quite known a lot is that actually when you look at, Sagittarius North Node or Gemini North Node, okay, or third house, ninth house, either one, that polarity and axis is actually very, very intuitive. And it's not really well known. And that intuition comes from lots of experiences, varied experiences in previous lifetime and varied experiences in this lifetime. So what you have to do is, how do you pick what you need to do? You've got to go through it and go through it in your mind, but then bring it down here. What is it that is truly calling you? Not from a mental standpoint, not from, oh, what do I think other people are going to think about me if I do this or don't do that, but what is truly inside you. And it's a little bit tricky, it's tricky when we have a lot of energy up in our thinking area, right? But bring it down. What is it that you, not knowing, like, it's not what you know how to choose away, it's well, it's not what you think, it's actually what you know. Your inner knowing is going to come up as you bring that energy down. So there is a way out, like I said, and it's going to come not from the mind, but inside you. Now, your advice cards, you've got the Five of Pentacles upright, and you've got the Six of Wands reversed. Okay. One of the things that this is saying, this is a card that, Five of Pentacles is a card of when we need help from others and when we don't need help from others. That's one of the meanings of this card. Now, there is a time and a place. This is also like in relating to your North Node. This is saying that when we feel like we're choosing a direction, when we have this North Node in, Sagittarius and or the 9th house, when we are picking a direction, we feel like we're leaving other things behind, like we're out in the cold, like we're leaving this huge banquet hall because we're choosing to go in a different direction. And that's what life is a lot of times. Like when you have the North Node when your South Node comes into play, it could feel like life is this huge banquet and I don't know what to eat first or where to go, but when you start to focus in on a direction, it's like, I've got to leave all this behind me and I have to go in a certain direction, right? So that's the feeling that could happen when you choose it. So you might pick a direction, like you have a couple of interests, you say, okay, I really feel this deep down in my soul. But what is going to happen is you're going to feel like you're leaving something behind. So you have to fight that urge and just kind of forge out. It's going to feel like you're leaving good things behind when you choose a focused direction. But it's a really important step, because when you do that, what you're doing is you're creating that hydroelectric dam where you're focusing your power. And that's when inspiration comes back. That's when, energy comes back to you, because you're focusing and your power is not diluted. Now, the other thing that goes along with that is the Six of Wands reversed. It could feel like, when you do this, when you pick that direction, just like the banquet hall, it can feel like you're not winning or you're not moving towards success, but you are. Trust me, when you go inside, pick a direction in your life that you want to go. Say, okay, this is interesting, but I don't need that. This is also interesting, but I don't really feel that. I'm going to put it aside. Same thing. And you put it aside and you have one or two things that you're going to focus on in your life when you do that. The feeling is going to be at first like, whoa, why am I leaving all this good stuff, as I said? But when you sit with that long enough and you begin to go down that road, and you begin to move away from the banquet hall and you focus in, then you're going to feel like, oh, okay, now I understand why I needed to do that. So simply all it is it's moving from a diluted life to a more concentrated life. And then energy comes back, inspiration comes back, and that's all this is. You're going to see, but as I said, the heads up is it could feel uncomfortable at first. But like a lot of things in life, you just have to kind of make your way through the discomfort in order to kind of get to the other side. Anyway, I hope this reading was helpful to you and you found some value in it. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like a personal tarot reading based on your astrological chart, there's going to be a link to my website in the description box below. With that, I'll say thank you. We'll see you on some more videos. Many blessings. Okay, North Node in Capricorn and or the 10th house. Okay, interesting. So the theme card that popped out for you is the reversed Five of Pentacles. And when I saw this card, I knew exactly what it was talking about for you North Nodes in Capricorn of the 10th house. What's going on right now is there's things, and I think this has been going on, even though this is a reading for the second half of February, things might have happened in the very recent past, but this is also, it has like, you know, things that are talking about your very distant past also when you were younger. Okay. So but it's things that are happening right now also. So it has this reverberation from the past. But what I'm thinking here is that there's an overall feeling of like, that it is very common, for you North Nodes in Capricorn of the 10th houses of feeling like discomfort in an area or certain areas of your life, like feeling uncomfortable, like you are being like pushed out into the world. And this is so common. And I've talked about it before with the North Nodes in Capricorn of the 10th house, where it's like the baby bird syndrome of like the bird being, kicked out of the nest. But when I saw this card, I wanted to put it into different terms. Like most of you have probably heard of what's called the hero's journey, that archetype of the hero. If you look at anyone's life, like you have a biography of a person, and you listen to someone that has achieved success in anything, whether that be in relationships, in business, in education, whatever it is, someone that is, fame and fortune, whatever they've achieved, that's, it always has the same type of a structure, the hero's journey. But no one really finds success in life through comfortable means. Like what I mean by that is you never hear of anybody that says like, well, I was able to like stay home, get breakfast in bed every day, and I was catered to. I never really had to put any effort or never had to go out of my comfort zone, and then I became this huge success. I mean, there might be someone out there, but most of the time you hear anyone that's become anywhere from a CEO to a multi-billionaire to have a successful relationship. Okay. They have had to put some kind of work in, and they've had to like leave a comfort zone. Like for example, you know, even in meeting someone in a relationship, you've had to like go out, and you had to, you know, uh, go beyond yourself, in some sort of an uncomfortable situation most times. Okay. But what I'm saying here is that that's where your success and your happiness, your true happiness, is going to be found by moving, out of comfort zones. Okay. And when you can go, but it doesn't feel good, right? But there's a real positive thing in this, and we're going to find some more details out on your timeline here. So your timeline cards are, you've got the Emperor upright, you've got the Two of Pentacles upright, and you've got the Knight of Pentacles reversed. So we'll start with the Emperor card. The Emperor card is a multi-layered and very deep level card. On the surface, it can be like a parental figure or a father figure or an authority figure. Okay. It could be any sex or gender. Okay. But it can be someone of importance. It also could be like, everything from like, government agencies or organizations. Okay. But usually it's more personal. Okay. This is definitely on a more personal level. Okay. I feel like what's going on right now, some of your discomfort in your life for each of you is coming from an authority figure in your life. Now, authority figures are also people that we are in romantic relationships with, or close friends, or even like siblings or family members. Okay. They also could be like bosses, or so you could be feeling this from that standpoint. The reason I say relationships is that it's not that the authority figure, they're not over us. Like, for example, someone that we're in a romantic relationship with is an authority figure because we place them in high importance in our life. We care what they think. We care what they do. So they are an authority figure, right? And we should be an authority figure to them also. They should care what we think and what we feel, right? So that's why I say that this could be from any of those areas. It could, as I said, it'd be classically like a parent, but it could be multiple people in your life, because if you have this North Node, I guarantee you, you've had the experience of like your whole life, people pushing you out of comfort zones. Like, I just want to be comfortable. I don't want to, stay. I mean, I want to stay where I'm at. I don't want to like move out of this area, right? And so you feel like you're being pushed. So that is what you're feeling right now. There could be this push. Now, what is the push, doing? Okay. It's getting you balanced, but particularly with this Two of Pentacles, yes, this is about balance, but I think this has to do with kind of like, money, finances, and success. Like, you're with this Pentacles right here too. I'm feeling like this is like, something tangible. It has to do with, as I said, things that are of value in your life: money, property, investments, raises, all of anything of value, right? And so there's something that's trying to be balanced out, and you're realizing that in order to get maybe the security that you want and you deserve, right, you're going to have to kind of go for it. You're going to have to go out and achieve it, part of this hero's journey. And I think that this authority figure in your life is playing big. Like, if you think back, most people that have this North Node, if you think back and you look at your life and you think like, wow, like, yeah, like ever since I was a kid, like people were just pushing me, like pushing me out of the nest. Teachers, parents, bosses, other people around me were doing that. That is actually a positive, because one of the things that you need to realize is that you are given the opportunity in this lifetime, whether you know it or not, to be a boss, to go for success. That's what North Node and Capricorn is. It's about achieving success outside of comfort zones. But the key is success. And the thing that's really wild about it is the more you go out of your comfort zone in order to achieve some success in the world, the more comfort and security you're going to actually get. So it seems like counterintuitive. It seems opposite, but it's actually not that. Now, this Knight of Pentacles reversed, the Knights are cards of movement, and the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest card. But when he's reversed, it's definitely like being stuck in the mud. So the reason that things are happening in your life right now, and you might feel kind of pushed or prodded, is it's to get you unstuck, and it's to balance things out, and it's to push you toward success. Now, that success could be anything. It could be success in, your health, in relationships, in, I think a lot of it has to do with like money and finances, okay, and your future in that. But it's anything of value that we value. So it's a positive, but it can feel very uncomfortable. Now let's look at your advice cards here. So you've got the Three of Pentacles reversed, and you've got the Sun card. This is why I'm saying this is a positive reading, because you have the Sun here. And what the Sun card is saying is, yes, it's a card of optimism, but what you're being asked to do is you're being asked to, it's also a card of like childlike enthusiasm and exuberance. And the reason that that's important is that all of us, when we were children, it doesn't matter what North Node we all had like childlike dreams. Like we thought we could do anything in life, okay, before we grew up and realized reality. But no, we had that, okay? You're being asked to go back to a time in your life where you had the feeling that you could achieve anything that you wanted to achieve, okay? And when you go back to that place in time, like maybe it's like you decided that, it was too uncomfortable to do something, and so you just, got into a job or a career that was just like whatever. Or you might be stuck in a place, in a relationship, in a job or whatever, that you're not, super great with, but it's like comfortable, right? So you're uncomfortable, but you're comfortable, right? You want to go back to that time, because what I'm here to tell you is, as I said, you can achieve a lot of success in this life. Everybody that has this North Node in Capricorn, or the 10th house, has that. But it's a matter of doing it. There's not going to be this, padded breakfast in bed, bed on wheels, pushing you towards success while you're comfortable. Okay, you have to kind of get up and you got to go do it, and that is uncomfortable. But as I said, the positive thing is that success can be achieved by your North Node very, very readily if you just start doing it. Now, the Three of Pentacles, this is regarding like work, and it's reversed here. And so one of the things that could be prodding is, like regarding what you do in your work and career. Even if this is in regards, even if you're a stay-at-home parent or you're not working right now, okay? It's saying that you're not feeling fulfilled in what it is you're doing or what it is you're not doing, okay? You're not feeling fulfilled. It could even be prodding coming from, like, maybe you're not appreciated by the job you're at, or you're not appreciated, that's by some authority figure in your life. We already talked about all the who could be the authority figures. So you're feeling unfulfilled in that. But as I said, when you start this prodding is what gets the hero to go on their journey, to say, okay, I've had enough. Like, what I see with this North Node is people say, okay, that's it. They've had enough pushing and prodding, and they just start doing it, and then they start achieving quite a bit of success in whatever area they kind of choose in their lifetime. And as I said, when you do this, what'll happen is, as you start going out of these, comfort zones, you're going to start to see more success, and you're going to actually feel more secure and more steady in your life, in the future. But yeah, with this Three of Pentacles, I feel like it's just you're not feeling like what you're doing right now is fulfilling, and it could even be for some of you that you're not feeling appreciated by people around you, all the authority figures in your life. Okay. But it's very doable. It's the first thing is just what direction do you want to take? Where do you want to improve your money and finances, or things of value in your life? Where do you want to spend your time, and more things of value? But yeah, trust me when I say, when you do this, of all the North Nodes, this is the success North Node. Okay, it's right there. You can do whatever you want if you're able to just step out into that hero's journey and do it. Anyway, I hope this reading was helpful to you and you found some value in it. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like a personal tarot reading based on your astrological chart, there's going to be a link to my website in the description box below. With that, I'll say thank you. We'll see you on some more videos. Many blessings. Okay, North Node in Aquarius and or the 11th house. Okay, interesting. So the theme card that popped out for you is the Ten of Cups. And, this is a card of emotional fulfillment. And even though it shows a family here, this could also be emotional fulfillment through, there's a group of people there. So it's showing a family, but it also could be an organization, a business, a group of friends, you know what I mean? But it's definitely it could be even like a tribe, people around you, okay, but more than one person. And what's happening here is, I think a lot of you are moving, even if you might not realize it right now, you're slowly moving toward more emotional fulfillment in your life. But you're learning that the emotional fulfillment is coming when you are partnering up within organizations, families, groups. You have a support structure around you. Because, all of you that have this North Node, you have a South Node in the 5th house and or Leo, okay? Most of you are talented, you are very competent, but you've had lifetimes where you were kind of like, you had to be the big show, you had to be the person out in the forefront. And there's nothing wrong with that. You had to do that, and you were able to do that in past lives. But what you're learning in this lifetime is to partner up, to be part of something, whether that be an organization, a business, a family, a group of friends. You are your support structures around you, no matter what they are very valuable to you, and they strengthen you and you strengthen others. So you're using your talent for the group dynamics, okay? So that's what you're moving toward, and I think that a lot of you are in this process and you're kind of learning that. Let's get some more details though. We'll look at your timeline cards. So you've got the Queen of Swords upright. You've got the Three of Wands upright, and you've got the Ace of Swords. So what this is saying right now is the Queen of Swords is kind of what you're moving toward, what you're trying to achieve, where it's really important the second half of February that you try to take emotions out of situations. Okay, because most of you, that have this North Node with that Leo South Node or 5th house South Node, most of you have a very strong, you're comfortable with emotions. You wear your heart on your sleeve. You're able to navigate the world in an emotional way. But you're being asked to develop this more kind of detached energy, which is Aquarius energy, ruled by here the Queen of Swords. And it doesn't mean that you don't have emotions, but it means that they are controlled, they are measured, and you are able to detach from things. The reason that this is important is because it has to do with your future and planning, is that when you take the emotional charge out of situations, I feel like there's going to be a message that's coming into you, or something that's going to occur to you about your future, about something positive in your future, that if you don't detach from emotions, you might miss it. It's like, if we've ever been around a person, I'm not saying that you're getting upset in this situation, but if we see someone that is super emotional in a situation and they're not really thinking clearly, and so as opposed to when they, calm down and they detach and they look at things, and all of a sudden things look different. And so what I'm thinking is that there's going to be something that's going to be coming in that is a big occurrence to you, that's going to be about your future. And it's important that you take that emotional element out of it. Now, the other thing it's saying right here is that with this Ace of Swords reversed, it's saying that you are not having to do anything yourself. Okay, you're just actually letting things unfold and you're observing, and it's going to come to you. It's going to occur to you. And it's like what you're doing here is you're getting this clear thinking that has to do with your future. But in particular, what it has to do with is support structures around you. I feel like the message for you is going to come from the tribe that you're in. It could come from multiple angles. So that could be, like, as I said, work, family, friends, okay? But your support structures is where it's going to come from. And I feel like there's going to be something that could, the reason that this, Swords is reversed, the Ace of Swords, is it could be something that could trigger you in some way, and then you could miss the greater message that's there. So that's why it's important to have like this emotional detachment from the situation, kind of cool, calm, and collected. Let's get a little bit more detail. We'll look at your advice cards. So you've got the 10 of Swords reversed, and you've got the Queen of Cups. Now, the Queen of Cups this isn't an energy, okay? The Queen of Cups is, I feel like, a person in your life They could be male or female because the queens and the kings are not necessarily, sex or gender specific. But I think it's a very emotional type of a person that has to do with this situation. And you're being asked, in order to move forward, to not get caught up in this emotional situation. You're being asked to detach yourself. And this could be a person that it could be triggering to you, or it could be something where you're trying to help. And so then you become invested in it emotionally, okay? Something to that effect. But this is training for you, this situation, because I feel beyond this situation, there's something that is an answer for you regarding your future. It's like if you allow yourself to get emotionally tangled in this situation, it could block you from seeing a clear pathway to your future in some way. Okay, for each of you, it's going to be slightly different. So, what I'm saying here is that it's important for you to stay emotionally detached so you can not only help this person, but help yourself for the future. Now, the Ten of Swords is saying that, this could be where, there could be an ending of some sort, okay? So it may not be, it could be regarding this person. Maybe this person is going through an ending, or maybe you're going through an ending with this person. And as I said, it doesn't necessarily, it could be male, female, or any gender. It's just that the king and queens are just different flavors of the emotional energy, okay? So, like I said, they're not necessarily gender or sex specific. So you could be like helping them, or you could be, this could be kind of coming to an end, or you're realizing something that's coming to an end. Whatever this is, all you have to remember is to try to keep as emotionally detached as you can, not feeling like you have to go in and do something, because when you do that, you're going to see things clearly. Like you're going to be amazed, because if you don't get sucked into it and you are able to stay calm and detached, you're going to see an answer, and it's something that has to do with your future, and that's very positive. And so, yeah, it's kind of definitely a skill building thing here, but it's super important. And remember, it could be even showing you like where it is your greatest support structures are in your life, and maybe a support structure that you thought was there, isn't there. Okay, but for each of you, like I said, it's going to be different. Just remember, detach emotionally, see things in a clear, calm way as best you can, and when you do that, it's going to be able to help your future in some way. And you'll see that very soon in the next several weeks. It'll become very apparent to you. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hope this reading was helpful to you. If you'd like a personal tarot reading based on your astrological chart, there's going to be a link to my website in the description box below. With that, I'll say thank you. We'll see you on some more videos. Many blessings. Okay, North Node in Pisces and or the 12th house. Okay, very interesting. The theme card that popped out for you is the Moon reversed. And what I feel like for the second half of February, for you Pisces North Node or 12th House North Nodes, is that there are hidden things that are coming to light, things that were obscured from your knowledge and your vision, and things that you didn't see that are coming to light, that are gonna, it's like pieces of the puzzle that are coming together. Because when it is nighttime and the moon is out, everything looks different at night. Things aren't as clear as they could be. And so this is something to where what are you learning? And we're going to get into what it is, but there's something that is coming to light. Let's get some more clarity. We'll look at your timeline cards. Are so we've got the Strength card upright, we've got the Six of Wands upright, and we've got the Star card. So these are obviously very powerful cards. And what's interesting is with this Strength card, what's coming to light for you is that there's gifts that are coming to you from like your inner self. Like you are beginning to understand yourself at a deeper level, understand life at a deeper level. These are things that are coming out, but also parts of yourself that you are making friends with. Like, you see the maiden here that is, gently taking control of the wild animal, the lion, right? And that is reflective of, you know, like, Jung said, the anima and the animus, okay? And it's that part of ourselves that can be hidden from us. But there's great power in knowing and liking and understanding that kind of subconscious part of ourselves that we're not really fully aware of. That's one of the things that's coming to light, is like things that are within you, and you're realizing that there are sources of strength within you that you can tap into. Now you got these two success cards. You've got the Six of Wands, which is about victory and success, and you've got the Star card. Now anytime you see the Star card in a reading, especially upright, it's a card of karma. It's a card of um, going. It's a card of your higher self. It's a card of that kind of fulfillment where you are uniting with cosmic forces. You are being able to become partnered with cosmic forces, and you're being able to um, blend those within you. And I think that's the success card with this six of wands, which is there are things inside you that you're understanding are very valuable and that you can use, okay? These things have maybe been somewhat hidden from you throughout maybe a lot of your life. And so you're gonna come to a realization more and more, and you already have been, most of you, but this is going to become more apparent as we move in, through the end of February, and as we kind of go into Pisces season. This is going to become more apparent. You're going to start to have these realizations, and so take note of them. Take note of them, because they could be just like new ways of thinking about things, new ways of doing things, and they will lead you to kind of greater success as these come to light. But these things are coming from within, from a hidden part of yourself that's shown with this Strength card. Now your advice cards are, you've got the Ace of Swords upright, and you've got the Seven of Pentacles upright. So the Seven of Pentacles is that use this energy in starting to plant seeds. Like, what is it that you want to do? Where is it that you want to take this energy and this newfound power? What have you been thinking about doing? And start to really formulate a plan in doing it, and plant those seeds, right? And this is the time to do it. I mean, we're creeping up on springtime, right? But this is the springtime right now for you. This is your spiritual springtime, to plant those seeds and wait for them to grow. Because if you plant those seeds and you sow them and you do the work, it's going to come to fruition, okay? So this could mean everything from, everything of value, okay? Just improving your life, yes, even monetary, okay? Things like that, things that you want to do. And it's time to, with this, Ace of Swords is, pick up your sword. It's time to take action. The Ace of Swords is, but particularly it's saying, take action, but right now take action in your mind, like plan it out. So it starts with a plan, okay, Ace of Swords, and then also doing, which is also Ace of Swords. So you're thinking about it, you're planning it, and then you can actually do it, which is this, Seven of Pentacles. But yeah, really powerful reading. And as I said, these are things that are hidden in with you. You've had them for many years. You might have realized, known some of them, or you've been thinking about it, but now it's coming to light. It's coming to fruition, and it's time to kind of take action on that. And yeah, very, very powerful reading. It's nothing to take lightly when you get the Star card in an end position like you have. So yeah, very, very powerful. Take advantage of it. Remember, plan, write down, and then take action. And remember, this is your season of sowing these things that could pay off and harvest them later. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope this reading was helpful to you. If you'd like a personal tarot reading based on your astrological chart, there's going to be a link to my website in the description box below. With that, I'll say thank you. We'll see you on some more videos. Many blessings.